Your brain, your body, your thoughts, your time, your hair, your feet, your strength. Everything changes shifting into motherhood. And there are things that happen inside that only you can see. Everyone likes to talk about how much pregnancy and motherhood will change you and your body, but has anyone told you about the ways that would be good for you to shift for your child? Hi, this is Nicole, the Mother Warrior from Water Your Worth. Welcome to the podcast. Part of my readings through the book of 1st and 2nd Kings always catches my attention. And last week, the end of 2 Kings 17, verse 41, made it an even more necessary topic for my ponderings. It says this: "To this day, their children and grandchildren continue to do as their ancestors did." End of reading. Throughout the tellings of the kings, it is written about the king's name and mentions their mothers, and then goes on to share if they did what was right in God's eyes or wicked. To be a mother is so much more than the carrier and birther of a child. To be a mother is, yes, to nurture and kiss the spots that get hurt, and so much more. I love how in Hebrew they call moms ima, which actually translates with greater meaning than just mom. Ima is recognized as female parent and a source and foundation. I cannot help now but to think of the words Jesus spoke in Matthew 7, verses 24 through 25, saying, "Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock." End of reading. Yes, Jesus is the rock. And if Ima, mom, represents the source and foundation, then my personal view of myself and being a mom shifts to a greater honor, privilege, and responsibility. Now, I am not going to go into how you should mother because your story is different than mine, and being a mom is deeply personal. However, I want to touch on how this has impacted me personally, and only you will know if God is talking to and with you through this share of mine. I would love for you to share. We moms come in all varieties these days: crunchy, silky, scrunchy, helicopter, snowplow, free range. I honestly don't even know all the labels these days, and I feel like labels actually create more separation. But here's the thing most important. A mom is a mom, and there's an instinct about being a mom that no one can ever really label. Before I was a mom, I had all sorts of ideas on how I would be a mom, and then as if God was priming me, I started to become a mother-like figure to a lot that came across in my life. And then being a mom, well, nothing of who I have been, thought I would be, or could have become on my own compares to who and how I am now. And I am so grateful to be trusted to allow the shifting that can be seen and to take the shifts I personally felt called in to do in order to raise God's child for Him. Yes, I see being a mother as something that happened for me instead of to me. Being a mother has brought me closer to God because I know that there is no way I can do this on my own. In no way I know what God's plans are for this child. And so I need God more, which might be why these seemingly small verses in the Bible come across so important to me. This is where Mother Warrior came about, because I realized that as a mother, we war against our own flesh and desires. We war against things of the world, and we war against the spiritual forces of the kingdom of darkness. To be a mother is to be a warrior in all aspects, at all times. For me, I saw a pattern in myself and those I had called family, and I decided I wanted something different. I wanted to be better, and I wanted to be on the rock in order to be a rock for a fresh life in a world of chaos. To be a mother is to love greater than you ever received and can ever imagine possible to do. To be a mother is a great honor. And as written in 1 Timothy 2, verse 15, but women will be saved through childbearing if they continue in faith, love, and holiness with propriety. End of reading. While there are so many ups and downs, quick changes, and long sufferings, I am forever grateful to be a mother. How about you? How has it changed you? And do you have a mom that established a good foundation for you to rise up on?